everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to do a double hair headband. So what you need is some little elastics, possibly a clip if you want to put your hair back when you're doing the braided part, and then some bobby pins that match the color of your hair. I have blonde ones because I have blonde hair. So first you want to get a section of hair kind of behind your ear. It also depends if you want your front hairs in it or not. I kind of want it to be blended in the middle, so I'm just going to take a section from behind my ear. And this is the part where if I feel like this hair is going to get in the way, I can always clip it back, which I might do just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So once it's clipped back, I'm going to grab my section of hair, make sure it's a clean grab. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it up and over, and first just measure to make sure that you will be able to pin it back and it won't be too short where it'll end like up here where it'd be awkward to pin and it might just look kind of weird. So you're going to keep your hair pulled up like this, and all you have to do is just start doing a basic braid. So if it helps, divide the hair when you're holding it lower. But you want to pull it up when you start braiding. Try to get a good angle for you guys to see in a second. So when you're pulling it, the braid will lay flat on your head and it won't have weird bumps where when you let your hair down out of the clip, you won't see the braid sticking out and it won't look too weird. So your hair is going to flop all over in your face when you're doing this. And you just want to braid as far down as you possibly can. That's why it's super important to try to get pieces of hair that are long enough that you will be able to braid it far enough down. And you can always kind of stop to measure and see, okay, it'll reach to here. Well, it needs to go a little bit further down. So I'm going to braid to the very, very ends of my hair. As far down as I possibly can before the little bits of hair start falling out, because that'll just be a mess. And then you just want to tie the very ends with an elastic. This look definitely is easier when you have longer hair, or if you have kind of shoulder length or longer hair but no layers. The layers are what's going to make it harder to have a braid without a bunch of little hairs poking you or sticking out. It just looks a little bit cleaner this way. And so you can see my first braid will go to about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to let it hang down. I know it's going to look kind of weird for now. I'm going to leave the hair clipped back just so it's easier for me to get to my braid. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to kind of find where you want to grab your hair from. I just kind of grab a chunk that's kind of behind my ears. And so this section is a little bit thinner than this one, so I might go and see if I can grab a little bit more hair. Okay, so this is about the same amount of hair as this side. So you're just going to take your other clip if you want to, just to hold that hair back and out of your way while you're working. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull it up to make sure this part actually reaches way further than my other side, which that actually works well in my favor. And you're going to do the same kind of braid. You can start lower if it's easier just to get the braid started. But you don't want to do too much, otherwise it's going to be bumpy. I know this is a very awkward angle, but it's the best way for me to try to show you what I'm doing. So you're just going to braid all the way to the ends of the hair, just like on the first side. And trying not to grab other little like loose hairs that are sticking up on your head. I did that a couple times already. But you'll usually feel if you're accidentally grabbing other hair, and you can just kind of comb your hair down to get them out of the braid before you braid them actually into it. So because this side of my hair is longer, I don't necessarily have to braid it all the way to the ends like I did on the first side. So I can just do periodic little checks. Okay, there's no way that's long enough yet. So I'm just going to keep braiding. And if it's easier to hold it down when you're braiding, that's fine. It's just when you get it started, you want that hair to lie flat on your head. You don't want it to be really bumpy, or if you were to just braid it down and then pull it up, it's going to feel more of a bulge of your hair. It can be more uncomfortable. It might tug on your hair more. So that's why you kind of have to do the weird pull over and braid thing first. So I will check a little bit longer. And then we'll be ready to pin them in place. So that is as long as I need it. And then tie off with your little clear elastics or whatever color you want to use. Since you actually won't see the elastics in your hair, it doesn't really matter if they match or not for this one in particular. Okay, so now you have both of your braids done, and all you're going to do is you're going to pull up, put it on the same part that you pulled your braid from, and you're going to take your bobby pins that match your hair, or whatever bobby pins you have on hand, and you're just going to pin them in place. So there's one, and then second one up and over. I definitely think it's easier pinning braids in place because you have more of an area to grab onto and get a hold of. So once you have both in place, you can let your hair down, pull it back, and you have your very own braided headband with your own hair. So I'm just going to tilt my head down so you guys can see what it looks like. So if you ever just want your hair pulled back, you could always pull your bangs back if you don't want them in your face also. It would work just as well. Or if you just want a little bit of like a hair accent without wanting to do too much to your hair, it's a really cute way to style your hair that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.